This is not clickbait title. Gaming on the new M5 MacBook Pro is actually awesome. The reason why I can say this, I test 8 different games from native port like Assassin's Creed Shadows to AAA window games like Black Myth Wukong. Most of them got very good FPS, and some of them even outperforming the M3 Pro chip. Let's go through one by one together so you can get an idea of how well the new M5 chip handle each game. So at the end of the video, we're gonna know if it is time for you to upgrade. Start with Cyberpunk 2077, one of my all-time favorite games. It's finally got its Mac port just a few months ago after a long wait. And this is the first game where I noticed a huge jump in performance compared to my M3 Pro. Both are running at 1920p resolution with Metal Epic set to performance. However, on the M3 Pro, I was only getting around 30 to 35 FPS. But with the new M5, I'm hitting up to 65 FPS. That is about 85% increase in performance. Absolutely insane. Even with ray tracing turned on, the M5 still hold up really well. I'm seeing around 40 FPS, while the M3 Pro dropped closer to 30 FPS. So yeah, the M5 chip clearly outperformed the M3 Pro on this test, even with less RAM and fewer CPU and GPU cores. So I guess Apple wasn't bluffing about the M5 performance this time. Their claim on the website seemed legit, at least for some games. Next up, we're gonna take a look at Assassin's Creed Shadows, one of the biggest AAA titles you can play on a Mac right now. We are getting around 30 to 35 FPS at 1920p, with Metal Epic set to quality and graphic preset on low. That might not sound super impressive on paper or for most PC gamers, but honestly for me it's very playable. The graphic looks great, no stutterings or latency while playing. And if a base MacBook Pro can run this smooth, I would say we could probably hit around 60 FPS on the M5 Pro chip and even higher on the Max model next year. For comparison, I did not test this one on my M3 Pro, but based on my last run with the M4 Air, the performance feels pretty similar. The only difference here is cooling. The M5 MacBook Pro has fans, so it stays stable even after hours of gameplay. Coming up next, Black Myth Wukong. I'm running it at HD resolution with low graphics settings, and we are getting around 30 to 35 FPS, sometimes spiking up to 45 FPS. And if you want to push it further, you can turn on frame generation, which gives you an extra 10 to 20 FPS. But I personally don't like using that for benchmark, so all these numbers you see are without frame generation. Overall, Black Myth Wukong is totally playable on the new M5 chip. Sure, you can't max out the graphic yet, but if you've been waiting forever to play this game on Mac like I have, it finally works and it is a solid experience. You can use Crossover to play this game. I will leave the install link and tutorial videos on the description for you to learn more. Coming up next, we got GTA 5. And yes, this one also running through Crossover. I'm playing it at HD resolution and we are getting around 67 to 75 FPS, which is honestly super impressive. I test GTA 5 on pretty much every Mac I've ever owned, and I still remember it barely hitting 40 FPS on my old M1 Pro. Plus, it was a bit buggy back then, but that was 5 years ago. Time flies and Apple M series chip have come a long way. Moving on, we got Dead Island 2, one of the most popular zombie RPG games, and it's finally got its Mac port just a couple months ago. This one actually one of my favorite when I'm in the mood for something intense. I feel this game is mix of scary, gory, and satisfying. Performance-wise, it's really solid. I'm getting around 80 to 95 FPS at 1920p with medium settings, which is almost double what I got on the M4 MacBook Air under the same setup. So I'm super impressive. I also play it with a controller and everything feels smooth, no input lag, no weird stutter, just clean gameplay. Next up, we got Lies of P, a very gothic, dark, stylish game, and honestly, I really like this one. It runs surprisingly well on the M5 MacBook Pro at Full HD with medium graphics settings. Metal Epic set to highest performance and I'm getting around 80 200 FPS, which is really good for a big title like this. I also tested at 4K resolution, max graphics settings with 𝐸𝐴𝐵X turned on, and even then I was getting around 35 to 40 FPS, which is still totally playable. There's no frame generation option in this game to turn on and off, but it seems like when you enable 𝐸𝐴𝐵X upscaling, it's kind of turned on automatically. So I tried to turn that off and set the graphic preset to medium. The FPS dropped by about 10 frames, so if you want a better performance, definitely keep the 𝐸𝐴𝐵X turned on for smoother gameplay. Next up, we got Silksong. I've been really excited for this one, and honestly, it's run beautifully on the M5 MacBook Pro. I'm getting a super stable 100 to 120 FPS with incredibly smooth animation and crisp visual. The game just feels so polished. Every movement, sound effects, everything flows together perfectly. This is my go-to when I want something relaxing but still a bit challenging. It is light on performance, so even if you got previous Mac generation, I think you're still gonna get very good performance on this game. And finally, we got Stray. I've always curious about this game for a long time, and I eventually got a chance to try this. So basically, I'm gonna play as a cat traveling through a futuristic city to collect items and doing different quests. It's quite fun to play this game, especially if you are a cat lover. The new M5 chip has no problem to handle a basic game like this. I'm getting around 90 to 100 FPS at 1920p with no latency or frame drop. The visual looks amazing, the lighting and atmospheres really pop on the Mac display, and the overall just feels so well optimized. So we just gone through 8 different games, and I think you already got yourself an answer if this Mac is good for gaming. For me personally, I think it's kind of hard to say it's simply good or bad. I think I'm impressed. This is the first time I'm testing game on the base MacBook Pro and see this type of performance. The performance that you only see on the Pro chip a couple years ago. So this is a game changer. You literally save a lot of money by buying this one. Because starting from the Mac Mini M4 to the MacBook Air M4, all now coming with the 16GB of RAM by default. That makes a huge difference, not just for gaming, but for overall performance. So that is just gaming. There's so much more thing you could do with a MacBook and with a powerful M5 chip like this. So let me know in the comment what type of games or application you want me to test in the next video. And do you have any question? Should I do the drop test with this? Definitely not. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.